Has this ever been done on a podcast with two black men talk about being happily married ever?
I don't think so.
It's amazing.
We're going to break
We ain't
records.
hitting milestones out here.
Right? Hey, what's up? It's Michael Yo. Thank you for supporting me with my stand-up comedy. It means the world. I'm still on the It's a True tour. It's going down August 29th. I will be at the Fort Lauderdale Improv. August 30th, Miami Improv. Houston, Texas. September 13th, House of Blues. New York. I'm going to be at the Gramercy Theater. That's going down September 20th. And then Washington, D.C., September 26th through 27th. It's going down DC Improv. It's a legendary club. I would love to see you there. It's where Dave Chappelle got his start, and it's one of my favorite clubs in the country. And one of my favorite theaters, Triple Door, Seattle, Washington. I will see you September 28th. And I forgot to mention, Annapolis, September 24th. I will see you all the rest of the dates, michaelyo.com. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. Hey, what's up? It's Michael Yo. Welcome to the Yo Show. Thank you so much for liking it, making sure you subscribe, do all the good things. If you're listening to the audio side, 5 stars, leave a comment. I'm here today I've seen him all over the place. I've seen him since I started comedy 13 years ago. Yeah. I've seen him at the Laugh Factory out there, the Improv. I mean, pretty much everywhere. He's a comedian, writer, Emmy winner, which I'm mad about. Ron G.
What's up, bro?
What's up, man? So,
why you mad about my Emmy? What happened?
No, I love your Emmy because I got nominated for an Emmy twice and I lost.
Humble brag. It's all good. Humble brag.
So I'm glad you won it because I've
You
lost
at the table, bro.
I'm at the table.
Yeah.
We eating.
Hilarious. I didn't get the trophy though.
Why not?
The host and the showrunner got the trophy, so I got a really pretty certificate signed from the Academy, and yeah. So
They could have got you a trophy. Because I think,
are you sure?
I think if they spend extra, if they can buy trophies.
Oh, they probably okay. They
didn't want to buy you a trophy.
No.
Now, if they would have said, "Hey, man, if you want your own trophy, it would be $500," would you have bought?
Oh, absolutely. I
See,
probably
me
bought two. One for the house and one for the chain.
Right, just wear it on the chain. So, man, I want to talk. Right, just everywhere you go, through the airport, you gotta put it in the.
Hey, are you on the list? I got an Emmy on my chain.
I got an Emmy.
I got an Emmy on my chain.
So I know you most from, of course, seeing you in the clubs in LA, but a lot Chocolate Sundays. You're like a staple at Chocolate Sundays. And
that's my only credit, by the way, no matter
Chocolate
where I am in
Sundays?
the world. Yeah. I was in London like, oh my, you're the guy from Chocolate Sundays. I was like, yeah.
Well, you're so good at it.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
You're so good at it. I know some people take it as an insult, but the way you host that show, the way you come out,
yeah.
Because, we all, in the comedy industry, if you don't know, people are like, oh, I start at host, I go to feature, and then I'm a headliner. Well, you're a headliner. We all know that.
Thank you,
But
bro.
the way you host that show, it's just not many people can do it like that. It's like when Martin hosted Def Jam.
That was insane.
Yeah.
It was a moment. It was a special moment in time.
So it's a thing where you think hosting Chocolate Sundays, you got to curse. You got to be a certain type of comic.
You would think.
Yeah. But I got to be honest with you. I was shocked when you said, I don't curse either.
Yeah.
And that blew me away. I was like, how do you host Chocolate Sunday, be as funny as you are, and don't curse, which is amazing. How'd you navigate into that? Because were you always like that, or did you start out kind of like everybody? You kind of
I was a cusser. I used to cuss.
Okay, yeah.
But when I started out in Atlanta, I started out at this place called Uptown Comedy Club, which I say this often. It was Apollo night. I was an accountant, and I kept getting fired from my job. And my cousin was a comic. Shout out to Trey Black. He was like, "Yo, you should try getting on stage. You're funny, bro." And I was like, "All right." And I just got fired. And I was going through that little, I call it the quarter life crisis, where you go to school for something, but you don't know what you're supposed to do. And I just kept getting fired. But Apollo night, room full of dope dealers and strippers.
Yep.
You can feel the energy of debauchery in the room. There was a lot going on.
They were ready to boo.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It was like this. But I went on stage. I probably had like one joke. And as soon as I started talking, they booed me. They booed me severely. And that was okay. I'm okay with the boo. But then they threw a boo grenade. There's a boo grenade.
What was
so there was a back section of people that sat in the back, and all you hear while they was booing me was, and at the same time the whole room was like, boo! And then somebody yelled out, "Kill yourself!" And I was like, that's the part that got me. When they told me to kill myself, I was like, I've never been booed before, so I'm like, do I run? Do I sit here and take it? And I just kept trying to fight through it. And then the DJ turned the song on. I was like, I did my best, but I guess it wasn't. Like, all the things was happening. It was chaos. And I got off stage, and the host was like, man, y'all show some love for Ron G. They was like, boo. He's like, man, y'all gonna boo his name? Ron, boo, G, boo, Ron G, boo. And I got off stage. I went, sat down by my cousin near the DJ booth, and I looked at my cousin. My cousin was like, hey, I don't know what to tell you. And I fell in love, man. I just stuck with it. I'm an athlete too, so I'm like, I'm gonna figure this thing out.
You know what's amazing is still to this day, like, what's fun to watch people bomb. You know what I mean? Because what's interesting about the whole process, because we've all been through it, is you got to walk off stage and you got two choices: to hang out with the rest of the comics, and they like, you know, it's weird if you crushed and they bombed, and then you just like, you don't know what to say to them, or sometimes it just kind of.
I don't speak. Like chocolate sundaes, the funniest thing is to walk back to like the comic area, because we all know, and I sit there and like. So if a young comic does well, I'll shake their hand. I'm like, yo, great job, but that's dope. But if they don't, I'll be like, and I'll focus on the stage as if, you know, I'm going up next because I'm hosting. I'm like, I just look at it.
But and also I think that kind of relieves the pressure of them having to make an excuse in dialogue. Because, you know, it's like, oh, well, you know, it was, you know, like, oh, man.
I didn't eat. I was hungry. I didn't. Like, no. Especially when I host too, I make sure everybody have a good time. Mm-hmm. Like I make sure the crowd has a good time, and I also make sure the comics have a good time. Even if I don't like you, I'll give you the best intro ever, and you'll never know it.
Now, have you ever had a bad night at Chocolate Sundays?
Yes.
Hosting.
Yeah. Battling depression. Like I'll be in a funk, and you know, sometimes for me, comedy is an extension of my life. But sometimes when I feel like I'm performing to escape, it doesn't feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between. I know I have a big personality, but I'm on stage, it feels good. But sometimes I just don't want to be home and sit in the house. So let me just go on stage. And it just feels, I feel like I'm watching myself. Matter of fact, funny story, this week I felt like that.
Really?
This week I'm on stage watching myself perform as I'm performing, and I feel disconnected from my body.
That's, you know what? That means you checked out.
I didn't want to go on stage, and I never feel like that. I never feel like that.
Why do you think that is?
I think, well, one, I know it's depression.
Okay.
But also, my depression comes from my head and my heart are in two different places.
Okay.
And I think depression is like a form of your check engine light coming on. And I just over-process. Like, men, we feel like we got to keep working. I got to keep working. Like, I'm in a process of a home renovation. So, you know, I can't take time off. I'm getting my house remodeled. I gotta work. And my body was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? And I think my solution is, because I took a really bad L recently in the area of my career, and I didn't acknowledge it. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna keep going because that's what I do, you know.
So, but we're taught as men to kind of brush it off, an L to brush it off.
Keep going.
But you're saying sometimes you got to sit in an L and figure out why you got the L.
Yeah, I had to do inventory. So the other day I woke up and I was just like, I just let myself feel, and I was like, God, if this is something I haven't like resolved, like help me find it. And I started combing through stuff, and then the L came up, and I was like, oh, and I sat in it, and I was like, how do I feel about this? And I let myself feel it, and I started crying because I was just disappointed. And I was like, I don't like the way this feels. But why? Because my initial response is anger, but anger is a secondary emotion. So I realized what it was, and I let myself feel. And God was like, you want to keep working through your pain. I'm asking you to stop and slow down because I need to talk to you. Mm-hmm. There's a new thing, because I think even now in the world, whatever got us to this point don't work anymore.
It changes all the time.
Yeah. The world is different. The world we thought it was, the currency is changing. The way people do business is changing. Our government is changing. Like, it's a whole reset that's happening. And if you're still stuck on 2019, you're going to miss it. With AI happening, you're going to miss everything that's happening. But I feel on the inside, and I'm an empath, something new is happening. And I have to figure out my version of what's new and what I'm doing. Because what I've been doing doesn't work anymore.
So you sit in that L, you realize what it's about. You cry, you get it out.
Yeah.
So then how long ago did you do that?
This was 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
I'm in my hotel room.
Okay.
I'm away from my family. Part of my wellness package is being around my family. I've been in Vegas all week trying to perform, sitting in a room with all this free time. If you have kids, I don't know what free time is.
No, there is. How many kids do you have?
I have one.
Oh, I have two, 8 and 5.
But if I have free time, I mean, I forgot to do something. There's no way I have this much free time. So now I'm dealing with my thoughts, and it's loud.
Isn't it crazy that when we were younger, not being married, not having kids, you're like, man, I'm so busy. And you realize that busy was not busy at all.
At all.
And that busy didn't mean anything.
You can sleep when you want to, when you don't have kids.
That's amazing.
Now, I have to go on tour to get a nap.
Yeah, 100%. My wife always calls me and goes, "Did you sleep well last night when I'm in a hotel?" I go, No, never. No, it's miserable. I can't.
I can't stand it.
It's
Miss
hard.
you guys so much.
It's hard not to sleep. It's hard to sleep with no kids' feet in your face or kids jumping on. It's so hard.
Daddy farted. You stop announcing my flaws. Daddy farted. Like, stop, man. I'm on the phone.
So you got that L. You processed it 2 days ago. Where are you now on it?
I'm good because my answer is I need to unplug.
So do you want to perform tonight now?
Absolutely. So yesterday was my recovery. Like yesterday, I went on stage and killed it. Because one, I didn't stick to I always give myself room when you see me perform. I give myself room to color outside the lines. I know what my set is. Mm-hmm. But yesterday, I was like, this is what I want to talk about. It was a whole pivot from what I usually talk about. And I lived in the moment. The joke wasn't even finished, but I was having a good time. They was having a good time. And I'm like, oh,
you know what I'm saying? It feels like,
so I felt present and I felt like I was in my moment. Like I was talking about Vegas is undefeated. Like you ever go to the club and realize you're not supposed to be there anymore?
Yeah.
Like everybody having a good time and you sitting in the back just looking at Zillow. Like, this is nice. A 3 and 2. Oh, garden tools on sale at Home Depot. Speaking of hoes, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But it was a stupid little joke. But I was like, just the evolution of I'm grown,
and we do grown things.
And I talked about it.
Yeah,
yeah.
And that, you know what? That's I've only been doing comedy 13 years. I believe you started in 2005.
Yeah.
2005. So you're going on 20 years.
Yeah.
And what's true? It's interesting how comedy is evolving. Because when I first started, it was and just 13 years ago, it was a lot of like one-liners, like boom, 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 right? And then that kind of died, and then it was people with guitars, like for a moment at all the clubs in LA. Mm-hmm. And then I remember, like Joe Coy is my mentor, right? He started me.
Joe was awesome. That interview was incredible.
Oh, thank you, man.
It was great, bro.
Thank you. Like he started me, put me on the map, and I remember when I first started comedy, and this is how much it changed. People would say, "Why is he your mentor? He doesn't know how to do comedy. He just talks about his family. Nobody wants to hear about." And I go, "Well, that's what I do." And I perform. They go, "Who cares about your mom or dad? They don't even know who you are, right?"
Right.
So I remember this is the moment, and maybe I talked about it in that podcast where he comes to my set, and when we leave, I did good, but the last guy crushed. And I remember us leaving, and he goes, "You had the best set of the night." And I go, "What are you talking about?" And this is only like 2-3 years in.
POV.
And he goes, "Huh?"
POV.
People know who you are. They know about your parents.
Yeah.
They know everything about you. And he goes, "That last guy, tell me something about him." I go, "He's funny." "Yeah, what's his name?" I go, "I don't know." Everybody leaving tonight gonna go, "That last guy was awesome," and know nothing about him. But
I agree.
That middle guy, whoa, Michael Yo, he has black.
I agree.
Yeah, and I think so. The evolution is, I feel, almost like reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
They really want to know the comics.
Yeah.
They really want to know your ins and outs. They don't want. It's almost like no, it's not almost like I would rather leave a show and somebody go, "I really like that guy and he's funny."
Yeah.
Rather than just funny.
Yeah. But so my friends and I were talking about this, but are we qualifying it because we're purists in comedy?
No.
Sometimes as a purist, you're like, they're funny, but they ain't talking about nothing. But at the same time, all of it is necessary for comedy.
But you also can be like, well, you talk just about, let's say you just talk about your family.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he ain't talking, some comics can say he ain't talking about nothing. Mm-hmm. He's just talking about his family.
That's comics. I'm talking about for the people.
For the people.
Yeah, for the people.
I think,
are we just purists? Because I'm a purist when it comes to comedy. But for me, if you take me on a journey of some sort and you're not giving me the first draft of all your jokes, I'm like, okay, you're doing something really cool. You know what I'm saying? But some people give you the first draft, super funny. Like you said, you don't know nothing about them. Does that make them not a pure comic? Because
I'm confused then. I must not know okay, you said you're a purist. I want to understand what you're saying.
So again, I'm on the page of I would like to get to know you when we perform.
Yeah.
But let's just say you make a really good living being funny, but you ain't talking about nothing because your thing is you really animated, you run all around the room, and people are having a good time, and you're selling out clubs. Does it matter if you're still selling out and you're not talking about nothing?
Well, but I think what happens is eventually that wears on the comedian more than the audience.
Okay.
Because the audience, I don't think the audience cares. They're there for your journey. If they like you, because this is, like I said, man, what's interesting about comedy, and I'm like you, I love to sit in it. I love to really look at things. I love to just talk with comedy 2 hours after my show, just into the night before.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
That's
of comedy.
the best part, and you can talk about your L's or your W's that night.
Yeah.
Like even the short time we were at Comedy Cellar.
Yeah, we had a good time, bro.
Yeah, it's so great, and you're so talented.
Thank you, bro.
And witty and fast. You know, me, I'm more of a like sit down.
Yeah.
And kind of like, okay, what I want to say, and then give me three, and I'll say in my mind, say, give me 3 examples, Mike, and then go on stage. So if one works, then I can go to number 2.
Yeah.
And so like I'll never just go up and try a concept.
No?
I'll have one joke.
Okay.
Or one like for instance, I got this whole concept. I didn't put it in my last special, but it's about Blacker Barrel. You know, it's
that's funny.
No, it crushes. It should have opened up this last special.
Yeah.
But the world with the election, I was like, you're gonna have some people
Gotta
watching
read
and
the
go, oh, here we go talking about race. So I was like, let me hold off.
Yeah.
And let me put it in my next one.
Yeah.
So it's the whole journey of how when you go to Cracker Barrel, it makes people of color feel uncomfortable.
Oh yeah,
It
absolutely.
starts with the rocking chairs outside,
Uh-huh.
and then I go into the whole. And by the end, what's funny is to watch the evolution of a white person hearing at the beginning, kind of be like, and at the end dying because I've laid it out so plain. Now they're the ones that are laughing the loudest at the end. So
I like talking about white people though.
yeah, it's great.
It's
My
pretty
wife
cool,
is white, so I talk about it all the time.
Yeah, but getting you a watermelon as a side is crazy. Cracker Barrel, I think they have an option for a side as watermelon, a slice of watermelon. I'm like, you get French fries, watermelon, and potatoes. You like what? Potatoes and watermelon? What kind of? What is this?
Don't even make sense. Make it make sense.
Surely is tasty. Surely is tasty.
But that's the thing is like before the Blacker Barrel joke, I had one instance. I had one joke to go to before I would try it. I wouldn't just go up there and go, hey, you know what, Blacker Barrel.
Yeah, you can't get to it like that.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, so
yeah, white people booty get real tight when you start
real tight, and I
calling
felt
them out
that.
on their stuff. Yeah,
and this is what I love about comedy is also the slight change of words will change the whole dynamic. Because I used to go up there, and I still might do this, but what made the audience feel really uncomfortable, I would just walk on stage and go, Blacker Barrel, and sit there for like 10 seconds. Then some people start to get it and roll.
Yeah.
And then I would go into the racist part of it.
Yeah.
And then that's where I felt a lot of pullback.
Yeah.
Now I open it with like, I was driving around and I was thinking to myself, Blacker, but just that I was driving around thinking to myself, Blacker, it changed the whole dynamic of the joke.
Sometimes you gotta give them the smoke though. Sometimes you gotta give them the smoke.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah, you do.
A tough time, like even hosting the Chocolate Sundays, man. A couple weeks ago, we had BET Weekend, Pride Weekend, and Ice Raids all in the same week.
Yeah.
Whole Civil War outside. And I'm like, the Weekend playlist is crazy, right? The Weekend playlist is crazy, right? Boots on the Ground, YMCA, and whatever white folks listen to when they snatching up people. You know what I'm saying? Born in the U.S. Like, but I could feel the weight of the room, and I had to address it because I had my set planned. But then when I saw the people, and I'm watching, it's an a pre-show, and nobody could crack the code because everybody's just dealing with the weight of the world being on fire. And I'm like, all right. So I said the thing. I said, how you snatch Mexicans from a place that used to be Mexico?
Yeah.
Less than one grandmother ago, this place was Mexico. And now that's like me finding a white woman at Whole Foods. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? But I said it, and I saw the room change. You know what I'm saying? I was like, how do you work for ICE and just take some people's family from them? I was like, I want to work for ICE, but I'm snitching. Like, Jorge, they coming, man. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I love, and that's the way, and that's why I wanted you on the pod. I wanted to, to the people that don't know you, your brain works in a different way. Because I've hung out with many different comedians. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm the type of guy that wish my brain worked like yours. My brain works in a different fashion.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you an example. I was with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Mm-hmm. And not the name drop, but
humble brag, you dropped the name.
Yeah.
You dropped the name under the table.
Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, I got him right there. Thank you. Hold, let me put him in my pocket. I'll save him for next time so I can drop him again.
Funny.
So, but I was there and we were playing this game. I was interviewing them for a movie, but we were playing this game where it was like the first thing that pops into your head. Mm-hmm. And we went through the game and Poehler was killing it. Mm-hmm. And Tina was doing okay. And the reason why I did the game, I'm so used to both of them just crushing it.
Yeah.
And then after the interview, Tina goes, oh, you see, I'm a writer. So it takes me a while. Like, Amy's the one that just boom.
Process different,
but I always assumed that both of them were like that. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time I was like, oh, okay. people that may look like they operate the same way operate completely different ways.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like me. I'm the one that kind of like has to think things out. And then literally after I get off stage, you're like, hey, what about this tag? What do you think about this? I'm like, whoa, it's like machine gun. I'm like,
I process really fast.
And stuff I never even thought about.
Yeah.
And that's what I love, man. And that's why I was like, man, you got to be on this podcast. And I want people to really check out everything you've done. It's absolutely amazing,
Thank you, bro. But see, here's the thing. We all selling hamburgers. But what is your
secret
recipe?
sauce? What's your secret sauce?
Recipe? You know what I'm saying? My recipe is I make people always feel like welcome in my space. If you meet my parents, because I heard you and Joe talk about your parents and how your upbringing affects who you become on stage. And like, my family, if you're around them, you don't meet strangers.
Yeah.
You don't meet strangers at all. They'd be like, hey, your little Puerto Rican friend, whatever he is, he wants something to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they'll keep cursing each other out as if you wasn't even there. Like, that's how my family is.
Yeah.
So when you meet me, you get a version of my family where it's like, I never meet strangers. You're the person, you're kind of like a politician. You make everybody feel like you love them and know them, even if you don't. And you'll go along with it. You don't even know their name. You're like, oh, word, really? You saw me where?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you know what? I do remember, like, you're that guy. You make everybody feel like,
hello, I'm very happy to be here today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sasha, Malia, we're glad to be here.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. See, but you make everybody feel like they matter and you care, and that's your gift. So when you come on stage, I saw you the other day when you perform and you sat down, I was like, oh, he in a different zone. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't just come in a room full of people that don't look like you and just sit down and start talking, and then by the time you leave, you get a standing ovation and they in love with you. Everybody don't have that.
See, I never think about that.
You're not supposed to, but I'm saying that's my gift.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah, but the gift is orange juice. Like, you know what I'm saying? So what we're talking about now, I'm living in the phase where I'm fine-tuning my orange juice to the point where I want to talk about the ugly stuff. I want to talk about the stuff that don't feel good. You mentioned earlier I got an Emmy. I worked on a show with W. Kamau Bell on CNN called United Shades of America. And this was buddy, I don't even want to say his name, First Term. First Term, we talking about kids in cages. We talking about gangs in Chicago. We talking about the Dakota Access Pipeline where they were drilling for oil in these Native American treaty territories. And I had a chance to be the writer, and we had something called the Black Van. The Black Van is all the black people are in one van. And when we are around these people, we get to decompress and talk about what's happening, how we really feel. Because if you don't know the culture, all these policies that were happening before was affecting us. And we went to this church, and we talked to these people about when we had the issue with kids in cages. Yeah. This church would drive 3 hours to, I'm going to say, concentration camp to watch these little kids who had like these little full blankets on them. And they would like give them food and like help them out. And these people didn't even have like resources. Like even when you're in prison, you can get a trade or whatever. They would just sit there in this holding cell. And even if you found a lawyer who would take your case, it's 3 hours from any major city. So that's 6 hours round trip to go. And there was no program where you can find out if somebody's coming to check on you. And the church would go there and love on these kids, give them toys, play with them, pray with them. And like, it just broke my heart. So when we got in the van, we were all decompressed about how does this make you feel? You know what I'm saying? And after I did this show, I became a different comic. I was like, yeah, being funny is cool, but I need to say something.
No, you do.
I need to say something.
And I feel like, you know, the way I say things is my way of it is not yelling at you about it. It's telling you my story about it.
Yeah.
Because I have this one joke about a water fountain. And
your dad?
Yeah. But that whole, and I let them off. And I make the joke about me or my mom at the end, but everybody knows who created that struggle. So I let them off at the end. But I'm not the one that's going to yell about it. I'm the one that's going to be like, here's my story about it. You take what you want.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like but that's what I love about comedy. You know, but then you have the people like Roy Wood that just say it.
He say it.
You're like, hey, here it is. I'm gonna talk, but he's so gifted at that.
He knows how to deliver it though.
And that's his thing.
Orange juice.
And my thing is milk. I don't know what it is.
Milk?
I don't know what it is.
No, it's just a version of orange juice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You decide how much orange juice you want to put in so you don't taste the medicine.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Gotta give them the medicine. That's what we do.
So I want to go back to the purist thing in the comics, because we never really talked about, I know I mentioned that at the beginning. What made you change course to like, you know what, I'm going to clean it up and this is the way I want to be?
So I started out cursing because that's all I know. Like I was post-Comic View. Everybody, all my OGs were like Comic View people. So I'm like, oh, this is
Chris
what you're supposed to do.
Tucker, Bernie Mac.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then while I was performing, there's an older comic named Jerry Farber. I don't know if you know who he is, but he was about 30 years in the game. Then OG comedy legend, white guy, super nice. And I started.
Wait, is Jerry the one that snaps?
I think so. Jewish guy, but he's really
Wait,
sharp.
is he at the Comedy Store?
No, he's Atlanta.
Oh, okay. I
started
was thinking
in
of somebody. Okay,
He started in Atlanta. He kind of feels like, I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
You're
the guy
talking about
like, Frazier. He's like,
He's like Frazier, but
I love
Atlanta.
Frazier. I love
but Atlanta. Tie-dye, very, he's like exactly like that. But he was like, bro, you a good-looking guy. Why do you curse so much? And this is the same time like I was starting to go to church more because I feel like I went through a very traumatic time in my life where I feel like God was trying to get my attention. Because I know he was. Like my senior year in college, I had 2 kids and found out they wasn't mine.
Hello.
Yeah, but this is the moment I'm like, God was just talking to me. Like I feel like he's always spoken to me. And I kind of like I was more religious. Well, I felt like God was tugging at my heart because he's like, I need to get your attention. You know what I'm saying? So when I moved to Atlanta, all I know is what I was used to. And the OG was like, yo, you don't have to curse so much to be funny, bro. You good looking guy. You got something special. And God was tugging at my heart and I got saved right around the time I got funny. So the place I got booed at, I went back there, Apollo night, and I did 7 minutes and I did not curse and I almost got a standing ovation. That 7 minutes felt like an hour. And I won. It was my first time like, oh, because God told me, he said, you're going to be great. You're going to change the world, but you're going to do it your way, which is my way. And I got off stage and I went home and I was happy that I went back to the place I got booed at because I finally won. And God was like, so you know you grew up in church and you're very judgmental of church people. He said, but also you're being fun. You're being phony. Because if a pastor did what you did where you curse, you don't curse on stage, but you curse in your personal life, you're being funny. I mean, you're being phony. I made you different. What makes you any different from a pastor who would live 2 different lives? And I was like, so I stopped cursing in my personal life. And that was the beginning of me becoming this person.
It's interesting because I'm going through that now. Just the cursing side of it.
I saw it.
Yeah. I mean,
I saw it the other day.
I'll do it at the end because that's part of the bit.
Yeah.
But I've been working because now I want my kids to enjoy what I do.
I was just about to say that.
Because I want them to be, because now my other specials will pop up and then I'm like, you know, because at times I know when I got to turn it down. My son is like, Daddy, I want to watch. And now they get it. And it's like, yo, moving forward, you know, I'm doing a dry bar, but I'm taking they want a best of my last special and the one that just came out. And then I'm going to just clean it up, you know, and then moving forward, that's what I want because it makes me feel good. And also what's interesting.
More people. Pause.
Yeah, and you know what? It's more like I don't really curse in real life.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, I'm finding myself. That's what I love about comedy. You start one way, and then once you find an audience and your audience finds you, you're like, well, I don't need to curse. Like I watched my special that did super well, not this last one, but the one before. And I'm like, I didn't need that curse word. And I thought at the time I needed it so bad for that joke to land. And so what I did, I remember watching one joke. And I thought I needed that curse word at the time. Remember, I go, let me go tonight at the club and try it without it.
Yeah.
And instead of the F word, let me try like dang.
Yeah.
I did same reaction. I'm like, but that's growth. You know, so
that's great, man.
I'm the same way, and I'm religious. I believe in God, but I got a lot of questions. See, I'm that dude.
Our generation know too much.
Yeah.
We know too much.
Yeah.
Especially living in LA, it just open your mind up. You're like, I grew up on small town Jesus. Small town Jesus don't like nobody.
It's true.
Small town Jesus don't like me. You coming to church with a hat on? I'm like, you worried about my hat? I'm fine. I'm actually here, and you're worried about my hat. Me having a hat on in the building. Be glad that I'm here.
Yes.
Small town Jesus don't like nobody. But again, you get older, and you're like, oh, Jesus is way bigger than just this little small church and wearing suits every day.
And let me tell you something, how God worked for me. And it's a thing where, you know, for 15 years I've been trying to get like a game show because I hosted several TV shows and stuff like that. But I've always wanted to have a game show. And then they started giving all the jobs to celebrities. So I was literally
You don't think you're a celebrity?
No, not at all.
Okay, we'll go with it.
So like I'm talking about big celebrities like Terry Crews and people like that, right?
It's all good.
So
is he funnier than you though?
I love Terry Crews.
You didn't answer the question.
He's a very nice guy.
Okay, go ahead.
He's a great guy. Yeah, cool. I don't know.
Guy.
I've never seen him do
I met him
stand-up.
on AGT.
I've never seen him do stand-up. So
I met him on AGT. He's not funnier than you, but go ahead.
Okay. So I was a guy that every network would call to shoot their pilots.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we're going to pay you money to shoot the pilot.
Yeah.
Crush it. It will get sold.
Mm-hmm.
And then they call and say, you got the job. And then they'll be like, oh, we went with a celebrity. Yeah. So literally that's happened to me 10 times.
Yeah.
Now, and I was like, God, why are you doing this to me?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I the guy that's next to the guy, right? I'm like Aaron Burr in Hamilton. Just let me in the room.
Yeah.
Just let me in the room.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be in the room.
Put me in, coach.
Put me in, coach. So I'm getting these things sold for you, and I'm working with every different production company.
Mm-hmm.
So about 6 months ago, I get a call, and they go, "Hey, we got this new game show," and in my mind, "Oh, here we go. I'm gonna shoot another pilot. Here we go." And I go, "So when you want a pilot? When I need to shoot?" They go, "Nah, you got it." I'm like,
"Let's go."
What? And the people that created called me and go, "You got it." And literally, I hit it, but I was crying on it. I go, "All right." So before I get to this next part, 2 of the game shows out of the 10 I did this for out of the last 15 years, 2 of them went to network, actually made it on TV, and they only lasted 6 episodes. I get this phone call, and I'm crying. I don't even know what the game. Honestly, they didn't tell me. It didn't matter. I was like, they go, "You got it," and it's definitely going. So I read the article. I'm like, "Oh my God, they're going to announce me as the host." And then I'm excited. Told my parents, like in 5 minutes, told my parents, my wife. Then I get a text. "Oh, we forgot to tell you, it's for 160 episodes." That was God saying, "Yo, man, it's not about your time. It's about my time."
Mileage, bro.
And you're gonna take these L's. But while you taking these L's, you building relationships. It's making you stronger. And I'm gonna give you this game show when you actually peaking.
Yeah.
And 6 months ago is when I decided to stop cursing on stage. 6 months ago, I started believing more. And 6 months ago, all this is happening. And then I get that call, 160 episodes. And I'm like, 106, like it's on his time, not my time. And the company that hired me, I shot 3 of the pilots for them. And I go, I don't need to try. They go, "We already know what you did."
Oh, man.
Bro. And so I'm leaving Tuesday to shoot for 5 weeks, 8 episodes a day for 5 weeks in Atlanta.
That's awesome, bro.
And it comes out in September.
So I don't know. First of all, congrats. Second of all, I don't know. I feel like this is such a divine appointment of me meeting you. I was supposed to hear that.
Yeah.
As a comic, I'm tired.
Yes.
And I know I'm dope. And it's like weird to know you graduated, but you don't know what's next.
Yeah.
And you're in that weird phase. You're like, I know I'm dope. I could put me in any environment. All white crowd, hood crowd, corporate, church, whatever. There's no crowd I can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But to hear you say that this week, that's why I said I was battling depression. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for sharing
man,
that. And I'm happy for you and your family and the evolution of who you're becoming.
Well, it's also, though, I think when you get older and you have kids, you start to appreciate. I think when you're younger, you think everything is such a, I need to do this. I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't get it, I'm a failure.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, well, you got to put in the work. Because let me tell you, 10 years ago, if I would have got a hosting job, I would have not been as good as today. Of
course.
Because my comedy now is more in line with the game show.
Of course.
My whole movement is in, and I started this 6 months before even the game show was up. This game show happened in like a month. Like literally you got it and we leaving, you know? And it's kind of like I aligned my comedy. I started talking about my family without cursing in the family bits.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, and all this is starting to happen. And it's almost like the closer I get to God, the better things go. And it's all lining up. But what I'm saying about you and what my story tells, there's so much rejection in Hollywood.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. And there's so many great comics. I tell people the American Idol story. Kelly Clarkson always could sing.
Yeah.
But somebody needed to see her.
The right person.
The right person.
Yeah.
And I believe so many comics are talented, but they give up that the right person or the right people or the right thing's going to see them. But it's about nutrition, man. It's the people that stay in the longest. That's why, look, we're seeing some people blow up out of, and that's fine. That's always going to happen. And people are like, that never happened in the past. Yeah, it did. You went on Carson. If Carson liked you, you went on his show.
You sat on that couch?
You sat on that couch. You selling out.
Out of here.
You're done.
Yeah.
30 million people just saw you. Every club in the country is calling. You got an agent out of. So yeah, that was Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
Carson was Instagram, TikTok back then.
Right.
So it did happen back then. You just had to be lucky enough for it to happen.
And stay in the game until you get your name called.
Until you get your name called, and that's why, like, I used to wonder so much. Like, okay, I watched Joe, I watched Bert, I watched Tom Segura, I watched all these cats. You know, I watched. Like even with Kev on stage, what he's built, you know, how
amazing.
It takes time. But it's always about 20 years. 20 years before, you know, the industry is like, all right, everybody knows you do comedy.
Yeah.
And the audience has seen you for 15 years go through the clubs and like, oh, right, we like this guy.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just a thing where I like to tell everybody, because you're funny. You're talented.
Thank you,
You're
bro.
gifted. And I think, and like I told you, I remember you said, man, you were like, dude, I'm a great host. I go, no, I don't even see you as I see
I
you
appreciate
as,
it, bro.
No, because I don't even see you that way.
Thank you,
and
bro.
no disrespect to, because I know you're a great host.
Thank you.
But to me, you're a great headliner.
Thank
you know,
bro.
so
Yeah.
I think it's
Tag me in, coach. That's what I'm waiting on.
No, I think
I
it's-
feel the energy of like, I feel that glow. It's like I don't know if you were watching Last Dragon. I feel like I walk around with the glow all the time, but I don't know which direction to point it in. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm glad you told me that story because I needed to hear it this week.
And I think it's just a matter of time. I mean, like we all, and let me tell you something. And I'm very close, and like you, with huge comedians now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not happy still.
Oh, I know.
Like most of them still not happy. And they selling out theaters in arenas, bro, arenas, and they miserable. So it's about, to me, you can get that shine.
Yeah.
But if you're not mentally ready to accept it
The
and
criticism that comes along with it, everybody ain't built for that.
and you got to be happy in it.
Man, that's why my prayer this week was like, God, I want my success. I don't want to be somebody else. I want the success where I can still be famous, popular, whatever it is, and still have my family. Because I legit enjoy my family. Like, I'm sad right now because I'm like, I ain't seen my baby this week.
Yeah.
I ain't seen, listen, hold on. Let me show you something. Hold on.
Yeah.
I just miss my family so much, bro. And I enjoy my family. And I want the success where I can still keep my family intact and enjoy this craft that we chose. So listen, my wife sent me this, bro. And I'm like, I'm in a hotel room.
I already can
snotting.
see how much you talk to her because you've been scrolling for like 5 minutes.
7-Eleven to get some
Hold on.
cereal, and he wouldn't leave without his lawnmower. Say hi, Daddy. Say hi, Daddy. Izzy, say hi, Daddy. Hi, Dad.
Oh.
I love you. I love you. Say I miss you. I miss
Yeah.
you. Come back soon. Come back soon. Mwah.
That's
Bro.
the best, bro. How can
Bro.
that not melt you?
Bro, I'm like, nothing matters.
Dude.
Nothing matters.
and
I'm rich, bro.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely rich because I have all the things I need and I do what I love for a living.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's the thing. Here's the sad thing about that. Because I'm going through that now. I believe people that love comedy like us don't do it to be famous. But the bigger you get, the better that comes along with it. And being gone comes along with it. And you can't really control that. You know, it's like, oh no, I'm gonna be gone. Like how I've limited to it, where I told my agent only Fridays and Saturdays.
Exact same way.
But the problem is with that, the show didn't sell well on Friday. You got to go in Thursday to do press on Friday.
Yeah.
You know,
get
and
it.
I love press. I've been
Yeah.
on I love press. Like to me, and this is what I tell every comedian, even Joe. I remember Joe was selling out theaters at the time. And he goes, I don't want to go in for press. And he still does press sometimes. And he's selling out arenas. And I remember telling him this. I go, imagine you wake up in the morning and there's a stack of money on your table. And you're like, nah, I don't want it. That's what saying no to press is. Because people pay for press.
Yeah.
That's somebody that could see you be like, oh, we missed him this time, but let's come back. Dude, I don't care if I can be in town for press, I am in town, even if the show sold. I've done so many press runs where the show sold out and they go, what are you doing here? I go, oh, I'm just here for the next time.
Right.
Because literally that means I woke up and somebody had about $10,000, $15,000 on the table in free advertisement.
Right.
And I'm like, nah, I don't want
Nah,
that. I don't want
don't
that
do
free
that,
money.
yeah.
No. You realize people pay to be on
Keep
TV.
your free money.
Keep your free money. I don't need your free money. No, I'm not that dude. So I love press, but it's a thing where, yeah, man, I'm gone a lot. And luckily with this new game show, my family's coming out for like 4 of the 6 weeks.
That'll be amazing, bro.
It's amazing.
Hey, what's up? It's Michael. Yo, thank you for supporting me with my stand-up comedy. It means the world. I'm still on the It's a True tour. It's going down August 29th. I will be at the Fort Lauderdale Improv, August 30th, Miami Improv, Houston, Texas, September 13th, House of Blues, New York. I'm going to be at the Gramercy Theater. That's going down September 20th. And then Washington, D.C., September 26th through 27th. It's going down DC Improv. It's a legendary club. I would love to see you there. It's where Dave Chappelle got his start, and it's one of my favorite clubs in the country. And one of my favorite theaters, Triple Door, Seattle, Washington. I will see you September 28th. And I forgot to mention, Annapolis, September 24th. I will see you all the rest of the dates, michaelyo.com. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.
like, what's next? What do you, if you could paint the perfect world, what's next for you?
Ooh, I'm glad you asked. Few things. One is my dream is to be a movie star. I always wanted to be a movie star.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do, I call it the white folk friendly movies. The Will Smith space. Will Smith space. I wanted to do
Kevin Hart to a certain point.
Yeah. I wanted to do romantic comedies, which I feel like they don't even make them no more. Like, really, like
they'll make
classic,
good ones. Yeah.
classic romantic comedies. I wanted to be an action hero as well. I would love to tour in a way where I could just perform maybe Friday, Saturday, just for the rest of my life and be good. You know what I'm saying? If you'll see me, you catch me next year, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And again, like I just come home to my family and then just be a dad and a husband during the week. You know what I'm saying?
So my question is, what are you doing to get there? The movie part.
I have a movie written, which is like my Think Like a Man.
Okay.
My version of Think Like a Man is based off something in my set and what I'm going through. Also, I have a travel show that I would love to do. It's like a really dope, specific cultural travel show that I want to do. I love relationship stuff. If you hear me perform, relationship stuff is my jam. I feel like that's a part of my calling is to like make marriage dope and sexy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want like, because this ain't, man, let me tell you something. This time we live in, bro, get your good girl and get out the game.
Yes.
These streets is treacherous, bro.
Oh, yeah. And they're out to destroy you.
Bro, to make a living off allegations with men and taking them to court and public opinion, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, my thing in all that is, and this is not to dump on women because a lot of women,
it's not
a lot of women are, you know, it really did happen. But I just feel in general, men and women, if you accuse somebody of something, there should be a consequence on the other end if you made it up. Like you should go to jail as long as, like if I were to accuse you of something, they said, if you were guilty, you get 10 years. Then if I lied about it, I should get 10 years.
You should get 20. I had two girls tell me a kid was mine.
Oh, wow.
So I'm big on like, no.
So yeah, you talked about that at the beginning. I kind of glazed over it.
Because
I didn't know where you,
because like one of them I knew wasn't mine. The other one's a girl I dated. And my dad one day, you know, old black man, he ain't got no filter. He was like, let me tell you something, son. That baby got a normal size head. Look at your head. He said, I'm not saying that kid ain't yours, but you might want to take a test.
Yeah.
And I took a test and they sent the letter to my house and it said you are 99.9% not the father. And I sit here like, all right.
So were you sad about that?
Absolutely. I was torn up.
How long did you think you were the father?
It was like 9 months.
Oh, wow.
It was like 9 months. But again, I'm fresh out of college. I'm a kid. You know what I'm saying? Fresh out of college. I'm sitting here thinking like, I just got my first job. Both of these girls trying to take money from me. By the time the government get their cut, I'm sending child support for 2 kids. Why did I go to college? Like there's no point of me even going, like, what am I gonna do? And then God redeemed all that. That's why I talk about God a lot, because I'm like, he redeemed my life and like gave me my life back. And he was like, nah, but you're gonna do it my way. So that's why I said he would try to get my attention. And to find out neither one of these kids were mine, it messed me up.
So let me ask you this. This may sound what,
go ahead.
Have you ever checked in on the kids or
Yes.
you did? Okay.
She actually reached out to me. And I didn't know what she knew, because it's not my job to tell her whatever. So here's the thing that broke my heart.
Wait. She knew
girl.
You said it wasn't your kid.
I reached out to the mom or the daughter? I thought you meant like, did the daughter reach out to me?
Or did you just check in with the kid? Or like,
So what happened was,
there's Instagram, like you can go and see
because there was so much shame, she disappeared. And my mom was my parents were so attached to the kid. I guess there was so much shame, she just disappeared out of my life. You know what I'm saying? And then one day I get a message on Snapchat from the little girl.
How old is she?
She's like high school. And we talked, but again, I don't know what she knew.
Yeah.
And it's not my job to be like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? But she said she remembered my mom. She remembers hanging out with me. She was 9 months old. You know what I'm saying? But I spent so much time with her.
Let me tell you something. They remember. Because my son, out of nowhere, he's 8, just told us about his first birthday party. Like, to the T.
Really?
Like, oh, yeah, y'all had a panda cake. There was a panda. And I'm like, I didn't even know kids remember stuff like that.
These kids different, though.
They're different. They're
special.
Different. But go ahead. I cut off.
But yeah, and I honestly just wanted to know how she was doing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm married. You know what I'm saying? I told my wife was like, don't respond to her unless you try to be in her
was
life.
it the mother or the daughter?
The daughter. The little girl reached out to me because she remembered me. You know what I'm saying? I'm always on social media, so like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But come to find out, I feel like the hard part to break my heart was I was actually a good dad to her. I was a really good dad, but her mom was on my head like, you don't love us, because I moved to Atlanta. I'm from South Carolina. I moved to Atlanta to go find out who I was, because I outgrew my hometown. And she was like, well, if you loved us, you would, because her mom still had one more semester of school. I moved to Atlanta to try to figure my life out.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, if you loved us, you would stay here with us. And I'm like, I got to go. And I would try to go see her every other weekend. And she would be like, why are you here to see us? And if you don't love us, and then, I wanted to know how she was doing, man. But my wife was like, don't check on her unless you're trying to be in her life. And to come to find out her dad didn't want to have nothing to do with her. Because I think he got married, and you know what I'm saying? So it broke my heart. That's why I'm real big on like men taking care of their kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you never wrote back or anything?
I did, but it's like I couldn't engage too much because I wanted to be respectful to my wife and my family.
It's so true. It's so true.
It's not because my heart is like, I loved you ever since you got here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to love on you and take care of you, but that was taken away from me because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I kind of knew, but like my dad, when I took that test and opened it up, and my dad was like, I heard it was a recall at the factory. Like, man. But yeah, it was a tough thing, man. I said I love her and I miss her because again, it was special. It was like my first kid, you know. And I had to process that. And then I went on a revenge tour for a while. You know what I'm saying? I feel like men go on a revenge tour, you get hurt, but then I was like, that's not a good way to live.
No, it's a bad way to live.
Yeah, the revenge tour is terrible because it stops at I call it the husband phase. The husband phase is like you've been a hoe for a long time, but now you want to transition, but you don't know how to get to the. I want a family one day, but how do I do this? Because I've only done this thing.
Oh, well, I had a dream that changed all that in one night. I had a dream. This had me go from just dating to dating to be married. It's two different things.
That's what husband phase. I got a whole joke about it.
Husband. Okay.
Husband.
So I had a dream that I was at my own funeral. I was looking at my own funeral, and it's nothing but women I hooked up with.
Collateral damage.
Yes. At my funeral. And I woke up sweating. I go, if I die today, that's my legacy.
Yeah.
That's my legacy right there.
Yeah.
And I knew I had to change. Since that moment, I woke up and I started dating to be married.
You'll know it. For men, you'll know it.
Yeah.
That's why I had this joke about. I was like, hoes don't make soup.
No.
That's the scripture. Just hoes don't make soup. It's all fun and games till you realize hoes don't make soup. And at some point, you're going to realize I got all these toys and all these assets. I have to give it to somebody.
Yeah.
And if you want to be a baby daddy or if you want to be a husband with a family. And for me, I'm like, I needed a wife.
Yeah.
To do what I do, I need a wife. And I need a wife who's great at taking care of our kid.
You know what I love, and I haven't gone into it on stage, but I kind of mentioned it, but I love just consistency. And that may sound like I love
In reference to what?
Coming home and knowing what's going to
absolutely.
happen. Like some people can say, well, that's boredom. No, I just know what's going to happen when I get home. And I'm fine with being bored too, I guess. But I love consistency. I love just.
Good relationships are boring.
It's supposed to be.
It's boring. I'm not a boring person, but the routine, because it's the thing. If you find somebody, especially men, we think we can find somebody that's all the things. You only get by 80%. No matter who it is, you get by 80%. The 20% that get you to 100 comes after you do commitment.
Yeah.
But the commitment part doesn't feel good. When you start kid schedules, life, sickness, sick parents, life be lifing, that's not fun. So even if you get the fun girl and y'all doing it 10 times a day, when them kids come and routine happens, it's no longer fun. That's why marriage is hard.
Nah. My dad gave me the best advice. He goes, marriage is hard, but it shouldn't be too hard. He goes, remember that. If somebody makes
office
it too
work
hard,
or construction work.
yeah. If
That's
it makes
my
it too hard, then you with the wrong person.
To put a tool belt on to come home and you already been working doesn't make sense.
Nope.
Ain't nothing wrong with little office work. Little office, we got a little fan on your desk, little office work. I like office work.
I had this one joke that really blew me up on my not this last, but I never thought special, where I talk about I say I would die for my son, kill for my daughter.
Yeah.
Like, so that blew up, but at the end I go, I wouldn't kill for my wife, because that's her father's job.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
That blew up, and a lot of people will tell you wouldn't kill for your wife. That was one, and then the other one was basically my dad said to be married for a long time, never say the first or second thing that pops into your head. Always say the third. So I did that joke, and that went viral.
Yeah.
But the negative comments were like, well, why are you in a relationship? You can't be honest with
They don't know.
But my thing is, like, my question back to them is, why would you treat your boss with more respect than you treat your wife? Because you wouldn't say the first thing.
Oh, absolutely
No, you would get fired.
Yeah, it goes back to my orange juice statement. You got to learn how to deliver orange juice in your house. I'm great at making orange juice in my house. You got to figure out what you got to say to get what you need.
100%.
And I'm real big on the first draft, but we are a master of this craft with these words. I know how to get something from my wife.
And we know what we could say that could really affect them. And sometimes that comes out to, I sometimes will say the first thing and I go,
Yep.
I knew I shouldn't have said that. And automatically, I literally apologize. As soon as I'm sorry.
But it teaches you the line, though. You got to have
Oh,
those
but
conversations
we
to
know
find out
the
where the
line.
line at.
But if you're in a good, you know the line.
You know the line.
And they know the line too. They
You
know
know
how
the
to get
line.
you too.
Don't play with me. Yeah.
And-
I was talking to my friend about this, and this is my theory. I could be wrong, but I feel like men, we don't marry for happiness. Women marry for happiness. I find joy out of taking care of my family and watching them be happy. But my friend was like, "You're not happy." I'm like, I don't even think about happiness.
I don't know, man. I think but you are happy.
I am happy, but I'm saying like,
No. But what I'm saying is you do it for happiness because your happiness comes in a different way. Like my happiness is watching my kids thrive and my wife thrive.
that's what I just said.
But you are happy.
Watching them thrive makes me happy.
Well,
But
that's
like when I hear
happiness.
women get divorced, they like, I left because I wasn't happy in my marriage. I feel like men, we could tolerate a bit of uncomfortableness. Where it's like, have you ever talked to your friend about being happy in your marriage ever? Like use those words like, man, I'm so happy in my marriage. We know.
I do.
You do?
Oh yeah, I'm so happy.
No, I'm happy too. But
No,
I'm
but I
saying
do- I
we
do.
don't discuss
Well,
happiness
I
in our
think
marriage with our friends.
A lot of my friends are divorced, so I talk about my happiness, what it should feel like. They talk to me about what makes you happy in marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think my thing is I explain what works for me,
Mm-hmm.
and so I got to tell them what makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a lot of friends that are divorced.
So
A lot.
I do too. But when you said you had this dream and you woke up and you realized like you had all these women at the funeral,
Legacy.
but I'm saying, did you like, oh, I need to get married for happiness?
Well, at that point in my life, I wasn't happy either because it was just.
I'm saying the purpose of marriage, where you like, I'm trying to get married to find happiness. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I see what you're saying.
I got married for legacy too.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted a son. I knew I don't want to pick my kids up on the weekend.
But
I want to
think-
live with my family.
I guess I just associate marriage, happiness, because I have parents that have been married. How long have your parents been married?
40 plus.
Mine's 51.
Yeah.
My wife's 38. So I see them. So I guess I associate happiness with marriage.
I don't want their marriage.
See, I would like.
They could be, but I don't want their version of. So my version, it makes me happy, but I'm like, I don't brag about my happiness. I brag about the opportunity to take care of my family and give them what they need, doing what I love.
That's a job.
That's what makes me.
That's a
happy.
job, though.
That gives me.
No,
joy.
that makes me happy too. But I guess my thing is like I know what you're saying, and I think we're saying the same thing.
We are.
But-
It's just words. It's all good.
Yeah, it's just words. But I don't know. That makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And my wife makes me happy. My kids make me happy. Like, oh, yeah, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're not. I will tell you this, which I think is true, and maybe this is kind of what you're saying too. Women all their lives, a lot of women. I don't want to put everybody in a box because people
Can't
get
do that.
mad.
You
Can't
have
do
to say that.
Barbie dolls and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My dream is to get like guys never dream about getting married. I've never heard a guy at a young age go, "I can't wait to get married."
Because I want to be happy.
No, okay.
That's what I'm saying. We never say that.
But women say, "Oh, they like to me. We could have went to a courthouse, but I loved our wedding. You know what I mean? It was beautiful.
Oh,
It
mine was dope
great.
too. I had a great wedding.
Oh man, all right.
My wedding was the best wedding I've ever been to.
Well, it should be.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just like I was experiencing it as if I was just watching it. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I had such
I
a
said
great
the
time.
same thing. Huh?
My friends had a great time.
Yeah.
All my homies like, man, your white friends, they boy, all your white friends. I'm like, I'm trying to tell y'all, come to my wedding. It's gonna be a good time.
All
gonna be a
right,
good time.
I think we had the same wedding because I mean, yeah, it was nice.
It was amazing, bro. And so my wife is Muslim too.
Yep.
And so watching these two cultures when they would play the Eritrean music and then they start playing the hip hop and watching her people look at us because we turning up and then watching them, they doing the shoulder dance.
Yeah.
And my family like, what kind of dance, what they doing over there? And then by the end of the night, everybody throwing
yeah.
shoulders and throwing it up, pointing, you know what I'm saying? We was having it was a good time, bro.
That's great. You look very happy.
I am blessed, bro.
Yeah.
I always tell my homies, marry somebody you like.
Yes.
I like my wife.
Yeah.
I like my family. Like coming home to the feeling of energy. You know, you can tell your kids been around, like the toys all over the
Yeah.
house and the energy, and I smell food. I like that feeling.
Yeah.
Because I was single so long and house is cool, but it just didn't have no life in it.
I think that smell of coming home and stuff like I think because I experienced that all my childhood too, so it kind of brings me back to my childhood. It's like
Yeah.
it feels right.
Yeah.
Like this is how it's supposed to be, and like what's wrong with this?
And it's something because you can't tell your single self what it's like on the other side.
No,
And you don't know until the other side. Like, there's no way I could have told my single self, like, yo, it's going to be better on the other side. Because I thought I was having fun. I thought I was living. Single
You
man,
know, you were having fun, but you weren't happy.
bro, being in Vegas is a reminder. Being in Vegas, I went to this little lounge and I'm hanging out and I'm watching my homie Chase. And I'm like,
And I know which one
And I'm
you're
sitting here
talking
like,
about.
I'd rather be home right now, but I'm good. I'm good.
Did you go to Bruno Mars' place again?
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Pinky ring?
Yeah, it was great, bro. Yeah, my buddy is the drummer and the lead singer. But yeah, we just had a good time, bro. And I'm like, I didn't need nothing. I was just enjoying the music. And I'm
See,
like,
that we go for music.
I'm washed
now.
and I know it,
Dude,
and I enjoy it.
Dude, we go for music.
Yeah.
Like we go to a night
Yeah.
out there. Like me and my wife, we're having dinner tonight because I'm leaving in a couple days. We're going to a little Joe Stone Crab.
Yeah.
Nice little adult dinner.
Do we have the same life?
100%.
Bro, me and my wife, we love to party, bro.
Yeah.
Our honeymoon, we went to Bali. We spent 1 week on the like resort, private island side, and the other side we just partied. And we had so much fun. Like I like going out with her.
I love
We
going out
have
with-
a good time, bro. We
Dude.
tear the club up. We break the ice on the dance floor and then have everybody
Dog,
start
we
dancing
do that.
and we leave.
Me and my wife do
And
that
we
at
leave.
weddings. We do that at weddings all the time.
Yeah.
We'll be the first out there to dance.
Have a good time.
No matter corporate gig, we'll be out there dancing.
Yeah.
We the same way.
Get the party started and everybody
and then
starts
leave.
a good time.
And then leave.
Then we leave.
Then leave. Because I don't need to be here all night.
We sleep. You sleepy? Let's go home.
Yeah.
We got this babysitter. We need to go get the little man
Dude.
and go ahead. Yeah, we go lay down. You
I
know
went to
what
the UFC fights last night.
I always wanted to go to one.
Oh, dude, it was insane. Like I'm not a massive UFC fan.
Doesn't matter.
But I went for the energy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Insane?
In the final fight, Oliveira and this other dude, the other dude knocked him out in like 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So all this build up. But this is how old I am. As soon as the guy got knocked out, everybody started standing up. I was like, all right, guys, I got to go. I ran down the elevator, and I was so proud that I beat all the traffic out the parking garage. Like, I was so proud. I was like,
Grown
gold
man
medal.
happiness. Grown man
I was like,
happiness.
that's a gold medal.
I beat the traffic.
I beat the dude. I was so I called my wife and was like, yo, I got out of there before all the like. That's what I'm proud about. That
dope,
made my
man.
night. More than that fight, being there, I was so proud of myself for beating the traffic out of the garage. I was
That's
the first
funny.
one out the garage.
That's
Now,
dope, man. Has this ever been done on a podcast with two black men talk about being happily married ever?
I don't think so.
It's amazing.
We're gonna break
We out
records
here hitting milestones out here.
right?
Milestones.
All right. Tell everybody how they can follow you and things like that.
So please follow me, Comedian Ron G, on all things. Comedian RONG. I have a comedy special I dropped Comcast and Xfinity. It's the link in my bio on my Instagram called Microphone Masters, my 1 hour special. I got a lot of cool stuff. I'm actually on tour right now as well, but follow me, Comedian RONG. And if you're ever in Los Angeles, I host one of the best comedy shows, most diverse comedy shows ever called Chocolate Sundays every Sunday at the World
and
Famous
there are
Laugh Factory.
white people that go to that show, so don't be like, I can't
it's
go. 'cause
way more white people than
Yeah.
you think. It's
Yeah.
a good time. White folks have a good time, make them dance,
I love
make
it.
white women twerk. We have a good time. So please don't block your blessing. Follow me, Comedian RONG.
All right. And for everybody watching, thank you so much for watching the Yo Show. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. MichaelYo.com. September 13th, I will be at House of Blues in Houston, Texas. September 20th, the Gramercy in New York City. All my other dates, a bunch of new dates just added. Maybe you'll see Ron G on some of them, which would be
Hey,
amazing.
That'd be awesome, bro.
That would be amazing. So we'll see you next time. Later.